One Camp Lejeune deadline already passed. August 10th, 2024. That was the lawsuit window, and it is gone for good. So if that is the only Camp Lejeune benefit you ever heard of, you probably think the whole door slammed shut. It did not. A completely separate VA path never had a deadline at all, and it pays every single month for the rest of your life. And there is a group the VA quietly covers here that almost nobody expects. It is not only the Marine who served. Stay with me, because at the desk we name exactly who, and it changes who in your own family should be filing right now. Don't lose that thread.
Two paths, that is the whole thing to hold on to tonight. Both things are true here. One path is closed, and one is wide open, and people keep blurring them together. The closed one is the lawsuit. The open one is the VA itself, and the VA is the one that actually pays you, month after month, indefinitely.
So tonight, we walk both, plainly. What was in the water, who the VA covers, the conditions it will connect for you automatically, and the exact way to file, with the honest part about the deadline that really did pass left in, not glossed over.
Start with the load-bearing fact, because everything hangs on it. The VA disability path has no filing deadline, none. You can file today, you could file 2 years from now. The window opens the day you are ready, and it does not close on you.
The lawsuit is the mirror image. One question first. Is that window still open? It is not. It shut on August 10th, 2024, closed. So if a late-night ad tells you to go sue over the water, that ship has already sailed.
Here's what people were actually drinking. From 1953 to 1987, the wells feeding the space carried industrial solvents: trichloroethylene, perchloroethylene, benzene, and vinyl chloride. At one treatment plant, the TCE measured 1,400 micrograms per liter. The safe limit is 5. That is 280 times over the line.
And this is why the VA path lands so cleanly. For 8 conditions, the exposure is simply presumed. You do not have to prove the water made you sick. Serve their 30 cumulative days inside that window, carry one of those 8 diagnoses, and the VA links the 2 for you. No private nexus letter, no medical detective work.
Which flips the usual claim on its head. Normally, you fight to prove the cause. Here, the cause is a given. You just prove you were there.
We keep the full covered conditions list and every date in one place at va.professorerica.com. With free guides you can hand a claims rep, all of it pulled straight from va.gov. Fenrir. You always land on the objection everyone else is too polite to say out loud. Go ahead, say it.
Fine, the blunt one. 2 Marines drank the same water at the same base in the same years. One gets a monthly check. One gets flat nothing. What is the actual difference between those 2 men?
That difference comes down to 2 things the VA checks before it ever opens a medical file: where you were and how long. And that second one, the how long, has one hard number attached to it. "30 days, that is the number. Not 30 days in a row either. 30 days total on that base, inside the window, and the presumption is on the table. And to walk exactly who clears that gate, I brought in someone who studies it. Professor Iwata, welcome to the desk. Erica, Nora, you have both sat across the table from veterans on these claims, so jump in anywhere. Iwata, start us at the foundation. What does covered service actually come down to?
2 things locked together: a listed location and the right dates. The location is Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune, or the air station right beside it, New River, both on the North Carolina coast. The window is fixed August 1st, 1953 through December 31st, 1987.
30 cumulative days on that base, somewhere inside the window. That is the clock, and it does not have to be days in a row. It even counts if the time came in stretches, a few weeks on one set of orders, a few more on another. The VA adds the days up. 30 total is 30 total, whether it arrived in 1 tour or 3. And here is the piece people miss. it is not only career Marines. Reservists and National Guard who were stationed there fall inside the same gate.
Pin that down for me, Iwata. When exactly does a person fall outside this? Is it the 30 days or the dates?
Either one. A single day short of 30, you are out. 1 month past December of 87, you are out. Both gates have to close in your favour. Same rule, no exceptions on the calendar.
And here's the group you promised up top. Elena, the one nobody expects. It is not only the veteran. Family members who actually lived on that base in the window are covered too, for healthcare, under the Camp Lejeune Family Member Program. Spouses, and the children who grew up there. And that is its own application, filed separately from the veteran's disability claim, same base, same water, 2 different doors you knock on. A spouse or a child does not ride along on the veteran's paperwork, they file for themselves. The program reimburses out-of-pocket costs for the covered conditions, and it runs through va.gov like everything else on this path. And that is just their care. The veteran's disability check can stack on top of it, and that is the far bigger number. Hold on to that.
Put the two side by side because people keep merging them. On the left, the VA, disability and healthcare, still open, no deadline, and it pays out over and over. On the right, the lawsuit under the Camp Lejeune Justice Act. That one closed August 10th, 2024, and the Navy is no longer taking new claims. One is a door, the other is a wall now.
That is a strong claim, Iwata, that the lawsuit is genuinely fully closed. Nora, you pulled the Navy's own notice on this. Where does that date actually come from?
Straight from the Department of the Navy. The Justice Act gave a 2-year window, and it ran out August 10th, 2024. So the VA side is what is left, and proving it is not exotic. You just document that you were there. Orders, a DD-214, base housing records. And if those records are thin, a fire took them, or they were never complete, a buddy statement from someone who served there with you can help carry it. Remember what the VA is actually asking. Not that you prove the water was poison, it already accepts that. Only that you prove you stood on that ground in those years for 30 days.
One honest caveat though. Proving you were there proves the exposure. It does not diagnose you. You still need a live condition that sits on the list, and we get to that list next. Being on that base by itself is not a filed claim.
So here is the verdict, and it is va.gov's, not mine. Right base, inside the window 30 days, and the VA grants the exposure automatically for the veteran and for the family who lived there. The lawsuit door is shut. The VA door never was. Put yourself on that map in those dates, and Gate 1 is behind you. Coming up, Gate 2, the actual conditions, and that list is longer than most people expect.
Eight. That is how many conditions the VA ties to this water on its own. Clear the service gate we just covered, and one of these 8 is what actually names your disability claim.
Start with the cancers because the list is blunt. Bladder cancer, kidney cancer, liver cancer, and adult leukemia. The science kept pointing one direction, so the law stopped making veterans prove each one from scratch.
It keeps going past the obvious ones. Multiple myeloma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, aplastic anemia, and the related myelodysplastic syndromes, diseases of the blood and marrow.
And one that catches people off guard, Parkinson's disease, not a cancer at all. It still made the 8.
Now the family side, and it is a completely different list. The Camp Lejeune Family Member Program reimburses healthcare for 15 conditions: breast cancer, esophageal cancer, scleroderma, female infertility, and more, for spouses and the kids who lived on that base in the window.
And people mix those two lists up constantly because both have cancers on them, so they just assume the veteran and the family get the exact same.
8 and 15. Those aren't the same list?
No, and that is the trap. 8 presumptive conditions for the veteran's disability check, 15 separate conditions for the family's healthcare, 2 programs, 2 lists, 2 applications.
Got it. 2 lists.
So here is exactly what to do. If you served there and carry one of the 8, you file a disability claim at va.gov, and the VA connects it for you. If you are family who lived there, the Family Member Program is a separate application. The site is kielfamilymembers.fsc.va.gov, or you call 1-866-372-1144.
And the honest part one more time because the ads will not say it. The lawsuit under the Justice Act is closed. It ended August 10th, 2024. If someone online is still telling you to sue over this water, they are selling you a window that already shut. The VA path is the one that stayed open.
2 things to carry out of here. If you served at that base 30 days between 53 and 87 and you carry one of the 8 that claim needs no nexus letter, file it. And if your family lived there, they have their own healthcare program. Do not leave either one on the table.
Which leaves the one I will hand you. The VA already presumes the hardest part, the link itself. So what is really keeping you or someone in your family from filing this week? That is the whole shortcut. On a presumptive condition, the VA does the connecting for you. Your job is 3 moves. Pull the list, match your dates, and file. Quickly before we wrap, a small ask that actually matters. If this earned it, tap like and hit subscribe. Every one of those helps build the series so more people who need this can find it. The strongest systems are the most honestly stress-tested. Take care.
This is Professor Erica. Thanks for watching and signing off.